This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Monday, March 19th, 2007, and this is episode 232 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg from MGMCnews.org. On the show tonight, we have Len Tessa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. And Len, when you were courting your wife, Dawn, did you use the classic David Lee Roth line, "You know you're semi-good looking"?
And on the streets again?
What a terrible line.
For the record, no, I did not use that line. Although it's my daughter Hannah now, whenever she hears "jump," wants to say, "I got my back against the record machine and it's hurting my spleen." That's her rendition of what David Lee Roth says. And it's hurting my spleen. Anyway. Anyway, Eddie, if you're listening, good luck in rehab. Go ahead.
He listens to the podcast. And the father of the bride is here, Mike Scope of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
Don't you insult me, you overgrown scrap pile. At least I'm doing my job.
That sounds familiar. Where is that from?
Timekeeper?
Muppets.
No.
Star Tours?
Star Tours.
Star Tours, there it is. Yeah.
C-3PO.
There you go. And we have everyone's favorite Disney World broadcaster. It's Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
I'd like to thank Mike Scopa for not quoting and singing Van Halen tonight.
That's one of us, anyway.
That's because the check cleared.
The check cleared.
You gotta love when the show notes critique our Van Halen references.
Exactly. Steve, where are you, baby? Hey, speaking of Steve Seifert, is anyone going to Tiki Fest besides me? In July?
Potentially. I haven't committed to it, but I'm considering it. We'll put a link to on the show notes.
And for
Hannah
those
and I
who
are
don't
going.
know,
It's going to be a sanity weekend for Dawn because she's at home all summer with Hannah. So she's like, you guys should go somewhere just by yourselves and give me a few days off. Like, Tiki Fest, middle of the summer.
for those who don't know what Tiki Fest is, I would keep your eye on Mouse Planet over the next couple of weeks because you may see an article on Tiki Fest. Who knows?
Oh.
What was that?
Someone was really excited back here.
Wow, how about that? Wow.
Well, on today's show, we're talking about the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, which is going to be running from April 5th to June 3rd, 2007. We'll have a link in the show notes to all the details, as not to waste time talking about. Was there something funny about that?
It should be the Flower Garden Food and Wine Festival. You could have people running around with wine glasses being attacked by butterflies. Lord, help me, Lord! Running around. Swarm of bees following people running with little plates of food.
Little finger food.
Oh, God. Yeah. My sushi! Lawnmowers going in the background, cutting across the flowers. Anyway.
Nice.
Anyway, all right.
So the Flower and Garden Festival is going on. Now, a couple of interesting events going on. And Len, why don't you tell us about some of the program highlights?
Well, a couple of interesting things. Back from last year, in 2006, will be the like a garden party weekend. And I believe this is sponsored by Home Depot, but it's what they did last year is they came up with 3 different themes for garden parties. One was backyard parties. One was child's birthday party. So here's what you would build if you were doing a child's birthday party. One was a luau theme, and then one was a wedding. And they had different settings set up in gardens, showing you how you would go out and do this. And obviously, you could buy plants and things like that from the from Home Depot while they were there. It was pretty fabulous, actually. It's not something you could put together the night before the event. It's something you'd have to plan out like a month ahead of time. But definitely looked very, very good. And in fact, some of the stuff you might even keep around after the party. The other thing that they do, I think, that's pretty interesting in Future World is the sculpture garden. And have you guys seen those?
Sculpture garden.
Sculpture garden. So it's out to the if you're looking at the fountain, it's to the right, typically to the right, behind where Ice Station Cool or Club Cool is. It's behind that, and it's a little walkway, a little garden path that walks over towards the Land Pavilion, and they have fairly large sculptures from local artists, Floridian artists, in different media, all out that you can look at. So there's this a couple of really colorful giant lizards climbing trees and stuff like that, and things made out of metal and whatnot.
You know, there's
It's pretty cool.
there's a lot of new events over here. I'm looking at the list over here. I mean, there's the traditional ones, like you said, Len. You know, and then there's the butterfly
Yeah, a bunch of stuff
thing.
is back from last year, but several things are new this year. Yeah.
You've got, of course, the aptly titled Pirate and Princesses. Evidently, Disney makes money every time they use the name, I think.
Lord.
Which is basically, it says, navigate around Captain Hook's pirate ship created in dazzling topiary. Sounds boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other ones. There's the Art of Outdoor Living Garden.
Yeah, that's new this year.
Len's, I think this will be your favorite, Len. Dynamite Vegetable Garden.
Anything you can eat is always good. Also, did you see the Spices of Life?
No, where's that one?
It's also in.
I see that one. Yep.
Spices from around the world, which is very good. They have
It is slowly becoming the Food and Wine Festival. They're just merging the
food
two.
flower and wine festival. Hey, nasturtium is an edible flower, by the way. They do some fun and games for kids. They do it was a remote control miniature lawnmower races somewhere, I think in World Showcase.
Oh,
It's one of the things I heard. So they've converted little radio control cars from cars to miniature lawnmowers, and kids have to drive them through a miniature path mowing as they go.
The
last year
Norway.
they did-
Oh, go ahead, Len.
Last year they did container planting. So instead of planting in the ground, you would plant in containers. And the advantage of that is that you can move them around, the containers around to different areas of the house. I mean, last year I thought Italy was pretty good. I thought China was pretty good. Other than that, I don't know that there was too much to write home about. Did you guys try the fragrance garden last year in France?
Can't say I did.
No? Am I the only one?
Possibly.
Huh.
There's I'm looking at some of the new events, which are they have the Norway Troll Trek.
Yeah. What is it? It's
Well, it says forest and rock trolls around every corner. Test your skills and trek down the trolls as you explore the gardens of Norway. If these are full-size trolls, it's great. If it's little dinky little dolls, not so cool. I want to scare little kids out of their wits.
What exactly is the difference between the forest and the rock troll? I mean,
Oh, there's a total difference. Come on, Len.
So where would
Forest and rock trolls. Scope, but when you were hunting them down back in the Crusades, I'm sure you remember that.
I think I missed this in my Dungeons and Dragons class. I eventually failed.
So where would this garden be? I mean, it's going to be near where the ship is, I guess.
It's on the roof of the Stave
It's on
Church.
the roof, yeah.
Exactly, you have to climb up it.
On that little grassy knoll over there.
What else is new? They're doing
see
thing on
there's gonna be some
waterworks.
live-
They're doing a thing on Florida wildflowers. They've got quite a few new things this year. I think
Lion King.
I think it should be pretty good. When does the food and garden? When does the flower and garden festival run?
April
Mr.
5th
Osborne?
to June 3rd.
Cool.
There's the topiary Chinese zodiac. Which I
You're the
guess,
pig.
yeah, there you go. So there's just a huge zodiac made out of flowers. It's good to see there's new events, and that kind of changes it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the spice stuff. And they're doing the butterfly garden just the same as last year.
And I know where Newell's going to be the entire time. Recording, of course, at the Flower Power Concert Series.
That's right.
Woo! Rock on! Free bird!
They have some interesting ones. I remember. I like how they put
Tony
their,
Orlando.
I like how they
Tony
have
Orlando will
they on Disney's website they have the list of who's going, and then they have their best known song. Like they're gonna go over there on the stage. I'm gonna play something new over here. But like,
We've gone in a different direction since then, and we're really into Gregorian chanting right now. So we're gonna do a couple of cuts off of our new album. Play Freebird!
Newell, any of these interest you?
Are the Nelson brothers playing?
Now it's
Yes, they
Gunnar
are.
and
Oh,
what's the other Nelson brother?
Ricky.
No.
No,
that's the
he's
father.
dead. What's the
Oh,
other
he's dead.
one?
Yeah.
Featuring the songs of Ricky. Excuse
It's
me.
Gunnar and
What was the other brother's name? The blonde one.
Yeah. I saw
the blonde one. The blonde one is Nelson. It's like saying, the cute kid from the Brady Bunch.
Gunnar.
My sister Christina had a huge thing for Nelson back in the day.
Oh, I did. I seen them a couple times play. They were really good.
Yeah, they really.
Yeah, they're not bad.
really
I've seen
good.
them. I saw them last year when they were there.
Oh, did
last
you?
Year or the year before?
Cool. I would have.
They weren't bad.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
they
I
play
guess-
an acoustic set now. It's not as hard, the hard rock set they used to play.
I see Tony Orlando's moved on past the Boca Raton retirement home circuit.
Dude, blasphemy. Tie a yellow ribbon round me.
Flo and Eddie. I saw Flo and Eddie. I've seen B.J. Thomas.
The turtle.
B.J. Thomas is funny
Raindrops keep dropping.
because when I was watching it, I mean, all I could see was gray hair and white hair in front of me, swinging back and forth.
And then you realize you're looking at the reflection from somebody's
Yes,
hat.
exactly.
Oh, damn the
Ah.
Okay.
Well, I just found the weekend that we need to go down. There's Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Woohoo!
When is that?
That's very funny.
Okay, what is that? Is it in April? You gotta give dates out, Oxford. People will never get it. Hey, did you guys ever go to the tricks of the trade stuff? To look at to talk to Disney's landscape people about how they do stuff?
No. They live in an
I wanted to
apartment.
keep the magic. I don't want to know. I want to keep the magic.
What's your favorite event at Flower and Garden?
And flower, I gotta say it's probably the fragrance garden in France. I like to see how things are made, so it's interesting to see. So have you been to the fragrance garden? It's
As I
like
said
a maze.
5 minutes ago, no.
I know. Well, I'm just making sure you haven't been there since then. So you walk around. It's actually a little cultivated maze, and periodically there are little boxes, and in each box you open the lid, sort of like you do at the studios, and you're able to smell the fragrance of a particular plant, and it'll explain how that particular fragrance is used in perfumes. And it's really interesting because again you can figure out where certain blends of fragrances come from, stuff like that. It's not all musk as you might think. Anyway,
Scopa,
very colorful.
what appeals to you here?
Well, actually, what appeals to me during the Flower and Garden Festival time frame is there's a weekend where they have 2 races. It's called the Mini Marathon Weekend. There's a 5K and a 15K. That appeals to me the most. As far as everything else goes, I do like the Flower Power concert series. It's nice to walk by the American Garden Theater every once in a while at night and see these old bands sing, because it's usually songs that everyone knows, which is kind of neat. I do enjoy the topiaries. I think that that's an art form that I'd probably be interested in seeing. And this year it'd be interesting because they are going to have a lot of topiaries that are depicting pirates and princesses, and they're also going to have Lion King topiaries.
Oh, cool.
So that's going to be cool. It's kind of interesting that you've got the Flower and Garden Festival and you've got the Food and Wine Festival, and they both concentrate on Epcot, and it's like that's the only theme park that's really enjoying this time. It's not something that is shared by all the other theme parks, and I'm wondering.
Well, because if it was in the Magic Kingdom, they'd be charging $50 for admission. It'd be after hours.
That's true. It'd be the $50 flower.
$50 play, exactly. I'd be eating everything. If it wasn't nailed down, I'd be like, let me try this.
But every time I go, I always make it a point to visit Minnie's Butterfly Garden, because it's really cool being in there and
It really
seeing,
is.
It's especially if you've got young kids, take them in there and show them what it's all about.
And they're doing butterfly releases at 1 and 3 p.m.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's always fun to
Every
see.
day during the day. It is.
One of the new events called the Lion King, and the first part doesn't really. I mean, you see Lion King characters in Topiary, super. But you can also learn about the new Disney's Animal Kingdom villas, which I assume are going to be the new Disney Vacation Club buildings. But that should be interesting more than anything, because we've seen very little information on it other than the announcement. So that'll be, I
I've
think,
seen some drawings on it, but yeah, that should be good.
yeah. Although it could just be a rehash of that same stuff, and for people who don't know, but it might be a good opportunity to see more information on that.
Yeah, we should schedule a trip and head down.
Cinco de Mayo weekend, I'm telling you.
I'm ready. If you are ready, I can book the flight now.
There you go.
Let's
You just
go.
got to get the ADRs. We'll just spend all 3 days in Mexico over there.
That's the thing. We would have to, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Just Dos Equis beer all around, and
How nice.
That's what I should.
and then Len's favorite drink, of course, tequila.
We would have to bring some recording equipment just so we could get that down for posterity.
And
Woo!
the new
We should do
ride.
that. Let's do that. Well,
Yeah.
we'll end the show
Tequila
and we'll
weekend.
tequila weekend. I mean, research, honey. It's research.
Where's my salt shaker? It's research.
Yeah,
It's salt shaker.
Yeah, Scopa, bring the limes.
That's what my daughter will be going for a honeymoon.
I'll be leaving the house with tequila, a salt shaker, and some glasses. And I'm like, "Are you bringing clothes?" Yeah, I gotta go.
Bag of lime.
I'll just get some on the way.
It's research.
There you go. Well, we'll have to go down there. I think it's a must. Scopa, anything that stands out that you've seen also besides running?
Let's see. Well, the thing that really draws me is is the Flower Power concerts, and also it gives me a chance to get a taste of summer because it's really nice and warm.
Yeah.
I think that if I was planning a trip during that time, though, I'd try to coordinate it with the Star Wars weekends.
Well, that's not until June.
Yeah, but
I was thinking of going. See, the thing I was thinking of going the last weekend. Yeah, that'd be a good point, Mike. That last weekend, then you got both Flower and Garden and Star Wars weekends.
Now
Which
that's a good idea.
in years past, that's how it used to be because Star Wars weekends would occur in May as well, and then you could overlap pretty well. But this year, you only got one weekend that does that.
Oh,
Really?
Well, I mean, lots of information. There's a lot of things. I think the Butterfly. Just to recap, the Butterflies releasing. That's probably a program highlight right there.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They only do it twice a day, though.
Yep. So you're definitely going to want to try to see that from. It's quite a interesting event. The if you're going to be there, you have to stop by the Flower Power series and see whomever is over there because
Nelson.
And it's a good chance they won't be back next year, and not because of contract reasons.
This man can only live so long. Good.
Not everyone's blessed like Scopa.
Exactly. Jeez.
Formaldehyde, baby.
Wow. Formaldehyde.
I'll just bring him out there and put the CD in.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for us today. If you want to find older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, you can visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.today.com. You can also email us at questions@www.today.com for Len Teston, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell. I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Tune in to Mouse World Radio on Sunday, March 25th from 7 to 9 Eastern for a special episode of Walt Disney World Today Live. Deb Wills, the founder of AllEarsNet.com and co-author of Passporters Walt Disney World for Your Special Needs, will spend the entire show with the gang. It's your chance to call in and speak with Deb on a very special live edition of Walt Disney World Today, Sunday, March 25th at 7 Eastern, only on Mouse World Radio.